Sometimes, out of all the creatures on the planet, Jay feels the loneliest of them all. He doesn't know what to say to people. The light never seems to go on for him when trying to make a conversation. But he can get help from his teachers how to start a conversation, how to keep that conversation going, how to use cards that'll help him, such as listening to others, cue cards to help him think of what to say. Simple things that help make a conversation fun. This is a social story for Jay. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Rhodes, and I'm a special education teacher at Whittier High School. This video will be in behalf of a student I will call Jay, who has Asperger's syndrome, and I have written a social story to help him in his communication with a peer during lunchtime. This student is very sweet. He loves to interact with his teachers, but he has very little social skill at trying to make friendships with his peers. He always has lunch alone and does all of his activities alone at school and at home. So in an effort to make him feel more comfortable around other students, I've made a special arrangement during lunchtime with another student to watch a video that I know is a favorite of both of theirs. So I've written a script for student J. It's a social story about what he might say when he comes into the room to watch the video with somebody he knows already who's in the room. What he might say while the video is playing is a way of making a comment that would lead to a conversation maybe afterwards, and what a person would say when they exit the room. Typically, Jay will just get up and walk out. He will say something to the adults in the room. Otherwise, he will just get up and walk out, and he's always very anxious. So I would be talking to student Jay and sharing with him some additional materials that I prepared to help him. We might begin our day by talking about this, how to start a conversation. Then we would discuss how you go back and forth in a conversation, which is a social skill, using the big word reciprocal. Jay's vocabulary is very high, by the way, so the script will sound at his grade level or above. Then I'll offer some cue cards that he can use when he comes into the room if he's forgotten what he is supposed to say once he's practiced. This is an example of a cue card, and this one is number 3, conversation skill when leaving an activity. How do I end a conversation? I also have made up individual cards that are samples, but he will be able to make up his own as well, and they look like this. They say, excuse me, sorry, I'm Jack, what's your name? Can I play? Maybe can I join you in watching the video? And those will be available for him when he walks in the room if he wants to refresh his memory. Now I'm going to read to you the social story that was written for Jay. How to greet, comment with, and say goodbye to someone I know during a lunchtime activity in my teacher's room. This is the story. Jay is listening to the side as his family did not want him to be represented on the video. There are many ways to greet someone when I walk into a classroom, especially when I already know them and they are expecting me to be there for a shared activity. When I see someone I know in the classroom during lunchtime, I will smile and I will say hi or hello. He may say hi or hello back to me. He may or may not continue to talk to me, especially if the lunchtime video is already playing. But I have let him know that I'm there by saying hello first. It is good to let a person know when you have entered the room by saying something as not to startle them. I do not have to say, "I'm here," because a person can tell when someone's come in the room by the door opening by hearing their feet walking in. So it's polite to just let a person know that you're there by saying hi or hello and then sitting down quietly. Now, this part is for when you're both watching the video at the same time. When I sit down to watch the video with another person, it is polite not to start a conversation. It is okay to make a comment, especially if it is about the video. Making a comment is a way of giving your opinion about something you're watching on the video out loud. It's kind of a way of sharing with the person. Now, in this situation, the other person can comment back or not. Either way, it's okay. I can also laugh with the other person at something going on in the video. I can laugh at the same things or at different things. Sometimes people might comment about my laughing and say, "That wasn't funny." It's okay for people to have other opinions. I could say, "Well, it was funny to me, though," and I don't have to get mad because, again, it's okay for people to have other opinions. Now, if that other person wants to keep talking to me about why I laughed at something that I thought was funny that he didn't think was funny, that's not okay because that's having a conversation in the middle of the video, isn't it? So I can just say, "I will explain more after the video's over, okay?" I do not have to get mad at the other person. I can appreciate different opinions. That helps to make and to keep friends. Now, the last part is about when it's time to wrap up and the video's over and I'm leaving the room. When the video's over, I need to say something. It's not okay to just get up and walk out. It is polite to exchange small conversation at the end of any activity. I can choose to say, for instance, "I enjoyed that very much," or "That was great," or "Can we meet again next week to watch another one?" A comment makes the other person feel good. When other people feel good about what I say, they might want to be with me again for a fun activity. Enjoying activities with another person leads to making friends. It feels good to have, make, and keep friends. That is the social story for Jay. Thank you for listening.
If Jay does his social story well and uses the skills, he gets reward tickets. He can keep track of his tickets on the wall, and if he gets stuck in the future, he always has his cards to refer to. In the end, it is our hope that Jay feels as if it is possible to be part of the bigger world of conversation.